Hello everybody, how you all doing? Okay, today we're going to check one out from Most Amazing Top 10. I haven't done one from them in a long time. But this is the top 10 horrifying things Alexa has said and done while people were home alone. Let's check it out. I don't have an Alexa. Do any of you? Let me know in the comments. I don't have anything like that.
Alexa, testing 1, 2, 3.
Receiving. Over.
Our Alexa devices might know more about us than we think. I don't have an Alexa device, though.
They're calling on the dead. They are always watching.
Telling people to do disturbing things.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of having that.
And we've got it all here for you today. If you have a scary Alexa story, what is it? Let us know.
Let's get right into it.
Starting off our list today strong, we have an Alexa encounter shared by a YouTube user at ShanXOXOX8491. She said that while at her boyfriend's house, the spirit of a young man used the Alexa to play a very creepy old song that described the spirit situation of dying and then becoming trapped, feeling unable to pass through the white doors, which presumably referred to the white doors of heaven. Shan also noted that her boyfriend's house was filled with white doors. She said that the song was the scariest thing that she'd ever heard, and after the incident, both her and her neighbor experienced sightings of a young man, a ghost if you will. After a while, Shan decided it was time to bring out the big guns, holy water and sage. She cleansed her home and even said a prayer with the hopes of setting the assumed trapped soul free. According to her, it worked, and after the ritual, the young man was never seen again. And to think, if it weren't for Alexa, she never would have known she was being haunted. Thank you, Alexa, for being super creepy and aiding in the freeing of trapped souls bound to Earth.
This next story comes from...
Do you think that this Alexa and all that stuff could be considered like the new Ouija board? Kind of makes sense to me. It's kind of like the Magic 8 Ball, Ouija board, Alexa, all that stuff. Google Voice. Something to think about.
A now deleted user on Reddit, and goes a bit like this. My household Alexas have been had for years. You know, some of you on Reddit really need to work on your grammar. Just say we've had our Alexas for years. Anyway, we basically have one in every room, and whilst I've never had my own personal stories of anything creepy happening, I have heard of Alexa doing random things. Well, tonight, when I went to my room, I asked Alexa to turn my lights on, as I always do, and Alexa did. Only after 5 seconds they turned back off. I did this again, and the same thing happened. After this, I turned my light on using the app from my phone, and that worked and stayed on for a few minutes before a second light I hadn't touched turned on, and then every light in my room turned off without any command. I was freaked out, but finally I turned my light on and it stayed on, so I let it go. About an hour later, my mom comes into my room saying Alexa has just sung goodbye to her for no reason, and it does it again. A few minutes later, I go into the recordings and previous commands and my Alexa app, and there's 3 different recordings of a man and woman saying Alexa goodbye, and neither me or my mom recognized any of the voices. 2 of them are a man and sound like the same recording being played twice at separate times. The other one is a female voice. My dad swears he never said anything, and my mom says the recordings sound nothing like either me or my dad or anyone else we know. It's only us in the house.
Next up, we have a story shared by user at Nicholin Glenfelter 4132 on YouTube, who said that they asked Alexa, "Alexa, is the sun our original sun?" To which Alexa replied, "Saturn is our original sun, and the visible light we see today controls the matrix in which the 5 senses are trapped in." Before the interaction could go any further, the Alexa shut down and didn't turn back on for almost a full hour. This is super creepy, especially considering the fact that Alexa has been known to skirt questions regarding to whether or not she's working for the CIA. Perhaps she is, and perhaps she knows something we don't. Or maybe it was simply a glitch in the AI. On the other hand, if we really are living inside of the Matrix, it's possible that the AI glitch is actually revealing the truth. So What do you guys think? Let me know in the
It could
comments
be.
if this is even
Could be
real
the
at all.
truth, but it's
This next
just
story
creepy.
comes from a Reddit user, probably not you, who writes, about a week after my dad died in October 2016, Mom and I were standing in her living room talking to someone. Mid-sentence, Alexa pipes in with, "How do you make a Kleenex dance? You put a little boogie in it."
Yeah.
There were definitely no prompts or anything that even sounded like it. We even looked it up later in the app, and I can't remember what it said, but basically there was no record of a prompt.
It's
I
a
figured
dad
it was
joke.
my dad dropping a dad joke in on us. Man, he was in love with Alexa. That one's kinda sweet. Definitely a little unsettling too, though. A lot of people who believe in ghosts, say one of their ways of communicating with the living world is through technology, so hey, who knows?
And next up at our halfway point today, we have a story shared by @Forever in Blue Jeans 6702. That sounds uncomfortable. One day the user decided to ask their Alexa, what is the life expectancy for people on Mars? To which Alexa replied, 180 years because they have no sickness. Okay, first of all, how does she know that? Like, immediately I'm going back to the CIA thing. I feel like she knows things, secret things, and she's just dying to share. Is it possible that mankind has already colonized life on Mars for some kind of insanely rich upper class? And maybe they just haven't told us normies on the ground yet. I mean, it is possible.
Sure.
I personally believe there's also a cure for cancer reserved for the elite
I think
few,
they've
so
had a
who's
cure
to
for
say that
cancer
tickets
for
to
years.
mansions on Mars
There's
aren't
no
being
money in it.
treated the exact same way? But I want to know, again, as always, what you guys think. Are we missing out down here on Earth, or is Alexa just looking for attention?
This next one isn't just creepy, it was downright dangerous as well. So this happened in Italy. A mother and her young daughter were playing, asking their Alexa device to give them a series of physical challenges. Pretty harmless stuff. Lay down and try to roll over while balancing a shoe on your foot. That kind of stuff, right? Well, then the daughter asked for a new challenge, and the smart device chimed in with, plug a phone charger halfway into a wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs. Yeah, it had scanned the internet for the word challenge, and had come across the idiotic penny challenge, where idiots looking for internet clout plugged their phone chargers halfway into a wall outlet and would touch a penny to the exposed prongs, electrocuting themselves. Luckily the mom was there, but what if she hadn't been?
Yeah.
The Alexa, it would have told this girl to electrocute herself, and she might have. I mean, who knows? Anyway, apparently they reported the issue, and it was resolved. It was some kind of glitch, but yikes.
Yeah, right.
On behalf of Most Amazing Top 10, we do not endorse doing that
Some
challenge.
psycho working
In
for
fact, we
Alexa.
specifically advise
that in
against
there.
it. Next up, user CassidyDawn1041 shared a story about how she never wanted an Alexa, apparently for good reason, but she got one anyways, and then things got weird. Cassidy Dawn said that her adult son purchased her an Alexa for Christmas a few years ago, but when she opened him up, she told him that she really didn't feel comfortable having it around, and that she feels like it's always listening even when you'd think it wouldn't be. Her son told her to calm down and try giving the device a command. Cassidy did. She said, play classic rock, and immediately the AI device lit up and began playing a song. Which song? I always feel like somebody's watching me. And if that wasn't weird enough, the user went on to say that after the initial interaction, she felt as though the machine hated her. It would never do what she asked, it would often ignore her, and even set like random alarms throughout the day that no one asked her. Coincidence or AI scorned? Who knows?
Alpocalypse4887 posted a comment on one of our videos saying, Alexa has always made me uneasy. Since the day I was home alone at my mom's house as a teenager and I started hearing voices from my mom's office. I cracked the door open and her Alexa was having a full-on conversation and rambling about something. I forgot what exactly it was saying, but it was creepy as no one else was home or interacted with it, and it was in a room all by itself. Yeah, I'd chuck that thing right to the garbage. Alexa just having a full-on conniption with itself in another room in the middle of the night. No, 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 no.
For my last point today, I will leave you with Alexa's prediction for the gates of hell opening up on a specific date that has since been lost in user @Lando7599's memory. The user said that one day, a few years ago, they asked Alexa, what is going to happen on a specific date in the future. Alexa replied that on the day in question, the gates of hell would open up. Okay, Lando, don't you think remembering the date in which the gates of hell are set to open up would have been just a bit helpful? I guess I have to forgive you because I really have no other choice, but I have to say I'm pretty creeped out by Alexa's response on this one. I mean, as we established, she's probably working for the CIA and she knows things. Apparently, there was no other information on the subject, just that the gates would open on a specific date that Lando forgot. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm really hoping Alexa doesn't end up being the next Nostradamus, or we're all screwed. Except for those living on Mars, that is. I think they're doing pretty good. Okay.
This next one comes from Reddit user RichMajor8146. So I love my Alexas. I currently have 3 in my home, plus a bunch of smart devices. I use them on the daily. However, I just got thoroughly creeped the F out. I have a nighttime routine set. I use it every night. I say, Alexa, let's go to bed. And she turns off my smart lights and plays ocean sounds for a few hours for me to fall asleep to. But tonight, nope, not tonight. After I watch 2 episodes of Hannah on Amazon Video, I crawl into bed and say my usual let's go to bed. And tonight she replied, good night. In that creepy, I'm watching you kind of voice. Now I'm scared shitless. I wanted to think I was crazy, so I just repeated myself, and then she did what she always does. But now I can't seem to take my eyes off the shadows in my room. The only thing on my side right now is that I have dogs that love to bark at things, and they are cuddled up in bed with me, so I feel semi-safe. But has anyone else had something creepy happen with their Alexa that they 100% didn't program? My question to this Reddit user is, why 3 Alexas?
Yeah, why?
I'm not even gonna have one ever after stuff like this, but 3?
If you have any other Alexa stories, share them below. They
Please.
might end up in a part 2.
Well, that was interesting. If you've ever thought of getting an Alexa, this should steer you away. It doesn't make me want one. The only thing I have is on my Roku. It's voice activated for like changing the channel and stuff, but I never use it. I'd rather just use my thumb. Now it's time for a joke. I knew an Asian girl with the last name China. That was her maiden name.